We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Hello. Hey man, why are you calling me at so early in the morning?
Are you still at home?
No, I'm not at home. I'm at work.
Oh, okay. No, dude, I
I,
decided to call you right now because I couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, I couldn't go back to sleep because when you wake up and let's go with my sweetheart. When you wake up and you look at your phone and then you see some news on the phone, it gets you all excited. I had sent it to you already, but uh, in San Antonio, they're opening uh the first ever free Blockbuster with a twist. Uh,
okay.
yeah.
What's the twist?
Well, the concept is, well, first of all, it's free. There, you don't rent any movies, right? But um, you bring a movie and you trade it out with a movie that they have there, and that's kind of like that's the concept. So as long as you bring a movie and you know you switch it, you can just continue renting out movies.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. This is genius. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, dude, I was so surprised. It's
It's like a miracle. It's like a gift from heaven just for you, man. A blockbuster opening in San Antonio that's free.
yeah, no, this weekend, I think I've already mentioned it, but this weekend I'm hanging out with my brother Angel and then Levi, and so we're already going to this little Halloween little convention on Saturday, and then we're gonna go watch Tron Ares
Oh yeah.
in IMAX. So yeah, I'm gonna add this to the list of things that we do on Saturday because oh man, dude, I might cry. I might actually cry.
Because you're walking into something that's approximating a blockbuster.
Yes, like it's I mean it's the closest thing that I'll ever get to experiencing Blockbuster or movie gallery or any of those video stores ever again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but they do still have movie theaters. I mean, movie rental stores, like independent ones.
Well,
There's
they
one in Atlanta that's really good.
they don't have like a suppose like a Blockbuster, which I'm
Like a
sure
Blockbuster, yeah.
they had to I'm gonna ask, but I'm sure they had to ask or they had to go through some kind of hurdle to use the name, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works anymore because they still have that one that's like independently owned and open in like I want to say it's in Washington.
No, they
Uh,
closed that one.
they did
Yeah, I'm pretty
the
sure
one
they
they did
closed.
the documentary about the last
Yeah,
Blockbuster.
I'm pretty sure they closed it.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, so this is a cool idea. I mean, it's like, the neighborhood libraries, but a little more regulated, and it's going to have like the nostalgia factor of actually kind of being a store you can walk through and
Yeah, I'll
engage the movies with.
what I'll do what I'll probably do, dude, is I'll record my experience going in there
Yeah,
and
definitely do so.
I'll definitely put it on our channel
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
people who are wanting to you know, who kind of missed that experience, because I was so surprised, dude. It got me so excited.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing for you to wake up to.
I know.
Ah.
Usually, and you know what's crazy, dude, is usually when I wake up, it's always like bad news, you know?
You like woke up and you're like, okay, let's take my medicine, and then you got a big old fat piece of candy.
I know, man. It was, oh, I literally jumped out of my bed and
Did you jump out of your jammies, dude?
yeah, dude, I jumped out of my jammies and thankfully Vanessa was still there because she leaves early for work.
Honey, honey, wake up.
And
It's Blockbuster.
no, I told her, and she was like, "Oh, cool." Like, like
Yeah, yeah, Sam. Did you pat you on the head?
I was like, "All right." Dude, I felt like a little kid again. It immediately, dude. As soon as she said that, it immediately brought back memories of my dad taking us to the video store, and the first thing I want to do is take Levi to the video store. That way, me and him, like him and I, can experience that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah, man. That'll be awesome. And I was gonna say, I was like, you should have your mom drive you.
Jarvis,
It was like, and then you have to ask her which ones you should get, and she keeps making you put movies back because they
I
are like
know,
rated
dude. That would be so funny. Man, so last night I watched my favorite movie of 2025 so far.
R. Oh, that's big stuff. That's big news. What do we
Yeah,
got here?
A Little Prayer, man. It's a little gem of a film. The definition of a gem. It stars Jane Levy. It stars David Strathairn in two of the best performances of the year. I think he gives the best like lead male performance, and she gives like supporting actress. Like I didn't know that this actress. I've seen her in other stuff, but I didn't know that she had this in her. This movie is so quiet and so beautiful. I was just so completely blown away how just uh, like nearly perfect it is. Like it I don't like to give movies 5 out of 5s. So I give movies at like the highest 4.5, unless it completely like it's a masterpiece. This movie has the perfect opening and has the perfect ending. The characters are so real. I don't know her name, but it's the actress that plays David Strathairn's wife.
Uh-huh.
She completely steals every scene she's in.
Uh-huh.
The actress that plays the daughter, she was in Pitch Perfect. I didn't know that she had that in her. Like she was, dude. This movie, and that's why I had messaged you, and I was like, I hope you can take advantage of my rental because I've been looking forward to this movie for months and months, and unfortunately, small movies like this they don't they don't play in theaters anymore. You know, not I mean not around here. So um, I spent the $7 because I was like, no, I want to support this movie, and I'm so glad I did. Like I think you can find it on every platform that you can rent movies, but I rented
Uh-huh.
it on Amazon. Um, it's just, dude, and it's like under 90 minutes. It's like 86 minutes or something like that.
Oh wow. Yeah, I
So
remember seeing the trailer. Like Strathern speaks in like a southern accent or something, right?
yeah, dude, and so it's set in North Carolina,
Oh,
and
nice.
after of course it brought it back a lot of nostalgia, right? The South, well that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
um but one of the things that really caught me off guard was how so close to how Terrence Malick has influenced so many people in
Oh yeah.
filmmaking, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was so I thought about that while watching it because I hadn't read the review yet, but after the movie, I read the review on RogerDeeper.com, and the critic, he he was talking about Roger Deeper and things he said about the Tree of Life. That's why I wanted you to watch it because there's so many religious comparisons, right? There's so many things going on in that movie. I think it's gonna have like a just a profound effect on you.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, I hope that you and Lori can take a little break of not watching horror movies and just pop this on, hour 26 minutes, and it's gonna make you think about the people in your life, the struggles that we have, and it's really a movie for parents. You know, um, yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna say anymore. But
All right, dude, it's on deck. It's officially on deck.
it's high raves, 4.5 out of 5 for me. Like I said, I don't like to give 5 stars, but 4.5 out of 5. Maybe if I watched it again, maybe it may get to that 5 star rating.
See, I love to give 5 stars.
So dude, I know we didn't have time yesterday, but you ended our episode yesterday with with the information that you watched Mickey 17 and Materialist. Let's talk about that. Which one did you watch first? Like, what were your thoughts?
So on the plane, on the way, we turned on first the Materialists.
Okay.
Who directs the Materialists?
Celine Song,
And what was her last movie?
Past Lives.
And what was my #1 movie of that year?
Oh, Past Lives.
That's exactly right. So I was very excited about this, and it did not disappoint. It definitely didn't reach the heights, the the transcendence of past lives, but it it was it was a very good movie. She is a playwright, and that shows. I love watching movies written and directed by playwrights. I was gushing recently over John Patrick Shanley's Wild Mountain Thyme, and just there's something about a movie written and directed by a playwright that has that kind of poetic stamp on it. And she opens with these framing devices of these cave people getting married, and thinks out loud a lot about the concept of marriage and the some of the transactional nature
Yeah.
of marriage, and the kind of the in the U.S. sort of like the Hollywoodized understanding of marriage, and so all of this is just being kind of shifted around in front of you like a good conversation, and I really liked it. The only thing I'll say, Sam, is I think Dakota Johnson should win Best Actress for having to pretend that Pedro Pascal is in any way charming or handsome.
Okay, I know that you hate Pedro. It's okay.
I will, Pedro, if you're listening, I do not hate you. I just I'm confused by what's going on here.
It's okay, dude. I know you're being a hater. It's fine. You're good. Dude,
Ah,
so I loved Materialist. It's easily one of the best films of the year.
oh snap! Okay.
I agree. I don't think it reaches the heights that Past Lives did. But this is how I've explained it to people, right?
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna mention alcohol for a little bit, right?
Okay. Right. MPA needs to know this mentions alcohol.
So Past Lives is like you're sitting in your room or you're sitting in the living room. The lights are down, right? You just have one little lamp on, right? And you're sitting at the couch or sitting at the table or whatever, and you have like a glass of whiskey, right? Like just like a really, really, really like
Yeah,
good,
I've heard of that beverage. Yeah.
really good glass of whiskey, right? And you don't drink it all at once. You sip it, right? And you take it in, you let it sit for a little bit, right?
Okay.
That's
This is
past
an
lives.
analogy, folks.
That's past lives, right? Whereas materialist is like a really, really good glass of wine, right? You drink it a little bit faster, right?
Uh, okay.
You drink it a little bit faster, but you still let it sit there with you, you know? You don't let it sit as much as what you would with the whiskey, but you still let it sit there with you. That's how I would describe both of these movies. I think both of them, if anything, Materialist like adds more on top of what Past Lives was trying to do. I thought emotionally, especially that scene at the end, whenever the credits are rolling, when they're
Yeah,
all
yeah,
at
yeah,
the marriage, whatever, the marriage
yeah,
license place. I just thought that was so. It was such a great ending, man. And I remember watching Materialist in theaters, and it was just me and these two college age girls, and like they were like over there giggling at like certain scenes,
yeah,
and like it was funny, but like I think where they messed up with this movie is that they advertised it like it was gonna be just like a rom com, and I get it. I think they were trying to get in uh general audiences, right?
yeah. No,
I understand that on the marketing, but this movie really was a Celine song, uh her version of a romantic comedy. And
yeah, yeah.
on that front, I think it works really well. I don't know if it'll be in my top 10 or even my honorable mentions, but I do think it's easily one of the better ones.
Well, I like that you mentioned that it is more of what Past Lives was trying to do. Very different approach, but definitely has some shared DNA with that movie in terms of, uh, it's all. I do get a sense that it was like here's how I thought about it. I have no idea if this is well founded, but Past Lives for her had an autobiographical element to it, and I feel like this did too. But you like imagine like her husband or something, and he's like, yeah, I know you had John Magaro play me last time, but could you maybe like do Chris Evans this time or something? Because think about it, in both of them, like she's torn between a guy that works in finance and a guy that works in theater, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just like she Hollywoodized up, what was like the more subdued, more naturalistic version
Well,
of her experience.
exactly. For view or listeners who don't know, her husband is the writer of Challengers, and the recent the movie Queer with Daniel Craig. So Challengers was one of my favorite movies last year. But anyways,
Well, he's a basically successful writer,
yeah,
and but yeah, like it's like a don't take the money kind of movie, which is a very time honored trope. And you could tell, like, I thought she was much more influenced by classic films. It felt like a very classic kind of presentation, but uh, I was reading some interviews, and like she said, like one of her biggest inspirations for the movie was Phantom Thread, and she
wow,
says that's her favorite PTA. And she talked a lot about kind of like the James Ivory stuff, like Howard's End and A Room with a View, and some Jane Austen. Like she was talking about Emma and Pride and Prejudice, but she talked a lot about hands. Like she says a lot of times when she's coaching her actors, she just kind of tells them what to put their hands, and feels like that so much follows from that. And she
yeah.
talked a lot about movie kisses, and I thought she shot kissing very well, and that's why maybe I thought it had like kind of like a classic Hollywood kind of, the way that she shot Evans and Johnson, their kiss,
Yeah.
felt very classic Hollywood, and the way that she shot their not their dancing at the wedding and her dances with Pascal. She's it's very good blocking, and that's another thing I think with playwrights. I love when they make movies because playwrights, they don't always direct their plays or anything, but they have that when they're writing. They have that kind of blocking in mind. And you saw there was like another. So the big scene in Past Lives was like the last scene that's framed by the sidewalk kind of stoop, like on the stoop in front of the apartment. And you had another big scene like that here, a
Yeah.
climactic scene that's just stage framing, because on a stage it's like 2D, not really, but flat, like in in a line, like they have that space constriction, and so a lot of times you frame stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts about the movie. It's very beautiful. It's very funny. Um, I thought Chris Evans did some of the best work I've ever seen him do.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good. I love the whole the height joke, that the height thing that happened
Yeah,
towards the
how that
end.
came back around with that was so cool that she brought that back around in that moment.
Yeah,
Good writing. Yeah.
yeah, so such good writing. And you watched Mickey 17, right? Not to spend too much time on it, but what did you think of Mickey 17?
Mickey 17, I was less enthusiastic about. I did like the dual performance, which, hey, good year for that. Michael B. Jordan and Robert Pattinson doubling up their performances like
Oh,
that.
Robert De Niro too.
Oh, yeah. So is that a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Alto Knights, is that it?
Yeah, that's the movie.
Yeah, okay. Interesting year for that. Yeah, I like that, and I like the woman. Who's that actress? We couldn't remember her name from. Wasn't she in Sorry Baby as well?
Yes. Oh my gosh, she wasn't Sorry Baby. I don't know her name.
She had the lead role in Blink Twice. Is that the same actress?
Same actress. Yeah, same actress.
We gotta find her name.
Yeah.
She was quite good, I thought. Basically, she has kind of a screen presence about her. Um, eh, Ruffalo, I guess, was kind of doing like a mix of televangelist and Trump, which
Yeah.
is, if you were talking about how much Terrence Malick is influenced in movies, think of how much Trump is influenced in movies. It's just like you get a Trump character like every 10 movies,
Yeah.
that's kind of like in this schmoozy antagonistic role. Um, the um, the thing though, I didn't feel like I did. It had a lot of that director's, kind of trademarks in it.
Yeah.
Like the funky creatures and like the social commentary. But I don't think he has a. I don't think his social commentary is very nuanced or complex. I think it's a
Yeah.
little on the nose. And I thought there was like definitely some kind of anti-Christian subtext to it. It was very interesting in the last dream sequence how you see Toni Collette and she kind of holds out her wrist and says, touch me, see if I'm real, see if I'm a ghost. And then there's like a little blood that trickles down her wrist. And it's very reminiscent of the sequence in the Gospels of Jesus appearing before the apostles and asking them to touch the holes in his hands, see if he's real.
Yeah.
And then immediately when when he comes out of that dream, he's like, oh, it's just a dream. I don't have to feel guilty. I'm allowed to feel happy, which, on its surface is kind of nice. Yeah, it's like it's good to feel happy, and it's can be sad and upsetting to feel guilty, and but it felt like oh yeah, Christianity is a guilt machine, and that prevents you from being happy, and you shouldn't have
Yeah.
to worry about all that stuff. And so I thought that was kind of interesting. But what did you think about it?
I mean, I not to get too much into the like the social commentary, because like you said, what he's trying to say is pretty much on the nose. So when it comes to his movies, sometimes I just go in for